Hey guys, welcome back to Altra's Barbecue. The family feel like a bit of Italian tonight, so I'm going to do some smoky, beautiful meatballs in a Pit Boss barrel smoker. Well, let's get cooking.
Okay, so these ingredients, they're a little bit different to traditional meatballs, but the ingredients that I'm using today are going to get me some beautiful, flavoursome, moist meatballs. All of the ingredients are in the description of the video, but we're starting off with the sour cream, the egg, and then the Parmesan cheese. Our spices are the oregano, the kosher salt, the black pepper, and then a little bit of paprika. Combine that together with your hands. You want to be careful that you don't mix it too much here because you don't want that to get too dense. So just give it a little mix and then form up the balls into the size that you want. Just as an FYI, my wife actually said to me after this particular cook, next time, can you make the meatballs a little bit smaller? And that's what I'll do because that's what she wanted. But the good news is she said, next time. That means they were good meatballs. Once you're done, if you're not quite ready to start cooking straight away, just throw these into the fridge for a short while. Absolutely no reason why you can't turn your attention to your sauce now. So what I've got is an 800-gram can of diced tomatoes. I've then got my garlic. I've got a couple of tablespoons of olive oil, some basil, some salt and pepper, and then I've also got my onion powder. Give that a good mix. Throw this in the fridge for when you're ready to use in about an hour or two.
You of course don't have to smoke these, but me, I always like to go in the backyard, get the smoker on and have a little bit of peace and quiet. But if you want to put it on the cooker, you go for it. You're just going to cook it a slightly different way, but let's get smoking.
Not a huge amount of heat source required for this particular cook today. It's going to take about 90 minutes, so let's light it up. Just whilst this is lighting up, my intention today is to keep the smoker low and slow at about 250 degrees for the first 45 minutes so I can get some smokiness into my meatballs, and then I'm going to crank it up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the temperature up to about 350 degrees to finish the cook off to make sure everything cooks perfectly. So let's throw our meatballs into the smoker. For my smoked flavour in the meatballs, I'm using some cherry chunks today. These meatballs have now been smoking for approximately 45 minutes, and as you can see, they're starting to get a nice color. I did temperature probe them and they were sitting at about 140 to 145 degrees Fahrenheit, which is fine. So now I'm going to pour the sauce into a skillet and then very slowly move these meatballs from that crisper tray into the sauce. Once they're all in, grab yourself a spoon and just cover your meatballs with that sauce. We like to have plenty of sauce when we make ourselves a pasta or meatball bolognese. Plenty of sauce here. Let's throw it back into the smoker now.
Alright, so I've got all the smoke that I want on those meatballs. It's time to open up the dampers, try and get it a little bit hotter and finish this cook off.
So to keep the temperature low, I had the dampers reasonably closed. I'm now going to open them up to about halfway to increase that temperature gradually. What I'm also going to do for this cook to try and speed it up is just cover it with some foil, because all I want to do now is make sure that that sauce as well as the meatballs are cooked through. Roughly another 45 to 55 minutes later, you're going to be done. This is nice and warm, and we're going to finish it off with a little bit of garnish, which is very simply a little bit more chopped basil. Doesn't that look freaking awesome?
Alright, so obviously I'm about to go and serve and put it with some pasta, but let's try the meatball on its own with the sauce. Oops. That's tender. That is super flavoursome, super smoky, because of the smoking process beforehand. That's delicious. Thanks for watching, guys. Let's go and serve some pasta. Stay tuned to see what it looks like.
We didn't go all out and make our own spaghetti. We just simply purchased this from our supermarket. Now it's time to get your meatballs and throw it on top with as much sauce as you want. Although these meatballs already have some Parmesan in them, I always like to finish off with a little bit of cheese and then, just a tiny bit more basil as well, because I love it. And that's a beautiful meal. We thoroughly enjoyed it. So there you go, smoked meatballs on the Pit Boss Barrel Champion Smoker. It was an easy cook, it was flavoursome. Give this one a go, guys. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. We'll catch you again soon.